All right. Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut with Brian Galke, and we are Aces53. How's it going there to Mr. Brian?
Good. A little warm here right outside of Miami, a place called Deerfield Beach. As you
Yeah.
can see, there is the water. But since we have this on the books, I am here.
Well, appreciate you, letting us go into your busy schedule because I know you're a busy person speaking at a lot of events. So,
Yeah, it's going to be a busy next few weeks. So here in Miami this week, go to California on Thursday, home on Friday or Wednesday. I fly to California, home on Friday. Then next week I'm in Michigan, Monday, Tuesday, and then almost every week in September I'm somewhere.
wow. Aren't you the busy man?
It's one of those. The summer lull is over, so I think you and I talked on previous episodes. Like summer, I didn't have jack. The event that was supposed to be in July canceled. There were a few little things. I shouldn't say that. There were little events, but a lot of the big events go on hold while people are doing vacations. Getting their kids ready for school. So the first really big event that I've seen take place since probably May was Friday. I went to Renee Rodriguez's AmpCon event in Fort Worth. And you and I talked quite a bit about don't just host events and don't just do your thing, go and attend other people's, learn. And I got out of my own comfort zone on this last one. I talked to Amberly Lago and I said, hey, what are you doing? She's like, I went VIP ticket last year. I really suggest you do that so you can have dinner with all the speakers and all these other people. And it was, it wasn't inexpensive, but it was well worth the money that was spent to do it because you spend the night before getting to know the speakers on a more intimate level and getting to network with the people there. Then you see each other the next day because there's only a 1-day event with a VIP dinner before. But getting to talk to speakers before they get mobbed by the masses can benefit you if you have the funds to do it.
Right. And it's a little bit more. It just depends on what you're there for. Right. What are you trying to do? Yeah. You're still trying to get on more stages. So it makes sense to talk to other speakers to get them to refer you and other things going forward. Because a lot of the people that speak have their own stuff also. Just so you know, we should make this short today. You're a little noisy in the background.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was because you saw my mojito and you thought, oh,
I'm not worried about that. Who cares about that? No, I just, and also be careful with new adoptions of stuff. That's kind of what I want to talk about today, because this one what I do for a living is mortgages, and this one company has this new system, and I thought I gave it enough time before I tried it out. Well, boy, was I wrong, and everything went good until at the end, and now they're my clients are all okay. They're not they were not this type of a client. It would have been a nightmare for me with people screaming and upset. It's just, how at the end things that happened that didn't work out perfectly. So it's important that so my moral of the story is make sure you have a really good relationship with your clients. You need to talk to them constantly, going deep with them during the transaction, after the transaction, and stay in contact with them. These clients I've been dealing with for, I'd say probably 10 years. Over the last 10 years, I've done so much stuff for them. And it's because I built that rapport that we're okay. They understand that this is not normal. I tried to do something to save them a lot of money. And it was a little headache, but eventually it'll be an amazing system. But it's just a matter of, one of the things I want to talk about is make sure you're really in depth. Really, Todd Duncan talks about this high level trust selling where you're really, you go deep with the clients, go deep with everybody, your referral partners. You really need to do that. You need to get to where these people really know you and go, no, you have to use this person because you'll save yourself. So
we used to when I was in sales before, that's what they talked about, is a lot of people go into sales and only talk to one person or only learn one level of a product or service. But that was a big theme for one of the years. It was deep and wide, which was you have to get in, but don't just talk to your contact, because a lot of business people make the mistake of, oh, I've got this one good relationship. What if that person's gone? And I have a friend who is in the IT business, or as they like to call it, the MSP business, right? And the interesting thing about that was their high level contact left and there was nobody else to champion them. So they got a new CIO and they were out, and that was their big contract. So to your point, it's a matter of constantly poking, prodding, testing. Like you mentioned, you tried something new, but don't jump on something new, because if you do, you don't know is it a vetted process or not.
right. And it
But
supposedly
also,
was, but there's just too many new people who can't give you answers. And I'm used to giving answers. So
right. And then the other side of that is don't be a dinosaur, because they say, what's the worst phrase in business is that we've always done it this way. So don't be afraid to try new things, but don't jump on everything that's brand new, because it can be detrimental. Both of those can. Holding on too long to the past and jumping onto something new before it's vetted the right ways.
like FinFin?
FinFin, you can name it.
FinFin.
How many people? Yeah, FinFin. I remember. But you got to explain what that is.
No, they can go look it up. They can go look it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I only heard about it. I have no anything other than that. So
yeah. But there's so many things that are out there. Every time you turn around, somebody's got, the new class, the new course, AI this, AI that. And some people are just really good marketers, but they're not good at providing anything other than marketing to get you to buy.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people, and also be careful who you think are really successful, who might not really be successful, so, be careful
100%.
getting in close with everybody. You need to really vet them.
Well, I think we've talked about this earlier in the year. They're calling 2024 the year of not elevation, but people are now digging into who's really the person that's putting out the product, because there's a lot of people who claim, to your point, to be highly, highly successful, and all they're good is selling courses, not at actually any type of success. So they found out that a lot of people who are gurus that are teaching on about finances are broke themselves, or they're over leveraged. So that's what they're calling 2024, is just kind of like the great reckoning of who's actually been successful versus who figured out how to market well. And, you and I have talked about the amount of services that have come out. Like, let's just take Go High Level. They were one that people could have said, hey, I'm going to wait and let them kind of bake in a few years. But if you would have done that, you're behind the curve, because Go High Level is everywhere now.
Right.
And some of the platforms.
I'm sorry. No, I was just going to say, and they have some people coming up behind them trying to knock them off. So
yes. Well, and they have some of the legacy people suing them, saying, oh, no, you've taken our ideas, you name it. So that's what to pay attention to. Yeah. We'll talk about it offline. But yes, they got sued by a higher level funnel maker. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's just it, is you have to be willing to try new things, but don't give up what's currently working, right, to try this new thing. Always, there was a Marshall Silver. Some people love him, some people hate him. But his phrase was sample the buffet. And that is, see what's out there, try new things so that you're not stuck, but don't leave what's working for something that sounds sexy. Right.
Correct. Just be careful. Yeah. Just, and talk to people before you make any changes. Do a lot, and take time. Things happen, but don't let it control where you are in life. I mean, a lot of pressure does make diamonds. So,
yeah. Well, and I don't know if you want to talk about this, because this is something we talked about offline earlier, but you had an experience where you jumped on something that looked good, but then those people couldn't deliver, but you were smart enough to say, I want my money back. You didn't deliver what you did. There's one or two ways to make it right. And one is, you can give me the money back, or, some people go, no, it's money paid. And then it creates this whole thing. So even though you had a bad experience with someone, ultimately they made it right by returning the funds to you. Right.
Yeah. But I still talk bad about them.
Okay,
because it took forever to get it. As I've been saying for a while now, I've been listening to, hundreds of Alex Hormozi's podcasts, and in there he talks about a company who sent him a piece of equipment damaged, and he was like, "Can we get the? Oh no, you took it, so it's on you now." And it really give everybody their stuff back, make them even, and then go above and beyond that. And that's what I've always done. Yes. My clients are always even plus more, because we made the mistake. Even if it wasn't our mistake, clients aren't always right, but they're all we got. So
I need to have these people on the show. I'm reading a book right now called Convince Me, and it's a former FBI hostage negotiator and a PR crisis consultant. And that's one of the things that I just read on the plane on the way here was, don't argue, agree with the customer and dig in and look at empathy from their side instead of trying to decide why you're always right. And that's something that, look, it's hard not to get defensive because we all care about our stuff. But when you get defensive like that, all you do is alienate people from wanting to, if you're not listening to them and you're always saying, oh no, these are all the things you did wrong, that doesn't bode well. And instead of going, okay, here's where we screwed up, let me take ownership. Because ultimately, if they're your customer, the customer isn't always right, but they're righter more often than you are.
No, they're not always right, but they're all we got. That's the statement. So
exactly.
Yeah. And again, you want to get, and this is another thing Alex says, is you want to get angrier before they do. So you want to be upset about it and then deal and then go, from their point of view, because they want you upset like they are. And then how are you going to fix it? And that's what you should do. And we're not trying to do a whole thing on today about how to fix problems, but you really need to know how to fix when you mess up, because you will mess up, give them back their money, make them whole, and do more for them and move forward.
Absolutely. Anything, look, what we say, I used to say, is screw ups are an opportunity to show what you can do. A lot of times people want this perfect thing, everything works out. But when we used to have an issue, that showed what kind of support we could gather after we encumbered the issue. Because a lot of people come up with great ideas, great products, but there's zero back end support. There's zero, you can't reach out to anybody, you can't do anything. They use Zendesk, and you turn in a ticket, and 5 days later you might get a response. Like I had one that they had no problem charging my credit card, and that same day I reached out and said, "Hey, this wasn't supposed to be here." And they're like, "Okay, well, in 29 days we'll refund you." And like, you just charged it. Say, "Yeah, but our process is once it's been charged, you can't be rectified till the next billing cycle." I'm like, same.
We're losing you, Brian. I guess we've lost Brian or me. So we're going to call it a day. I appreciate everybody being here today. Hey, we're going to call it a day. You're gone. You're going away. So
no worries.
All right. So stay right there, though. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here today. I know it was short. Brian's traveling. We will get him to pick up a dynamic mic instead of what he has for the future, so we don't pick up the background. So when he's traveling, he can do better. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you on Thursday. Make it a great day.